I know what I'm about to do to your ass, King. I figured it out, but you was already up. Hit that shit. I'm about to stop that goddamn shit. This motherfucker, boy, glitchy as fuck. Alright. No, my depth chart good. I just need to set up one thing. If this shit don't stop it, I don't know what the fuck to stop that shit. Hey,
got the stream up so you know people can hear it.
tonight?
Do y'all got a legend grab or something?
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to historic Baltimore, Maryland and M&T Bank Stadium. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Denver Broncos and the Baltimore Ravens.
Sam Sloman set to kick off.
The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Check, check. Lucky, lucky, lucky. Watch the twist. Watch the twist.
He'll run for the first time with J.K. Dobbins. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on first and second down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Here's Jackson to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Off the play fake to Dobbins, here's Jackson. Buying time to his left. And that is incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. That's taken on the 25. A great return there of 22 yards. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. And now the Raven defense going to call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Locke and the Broncos going to come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. He's back to throw here to start the drive. Flush to his right. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. He was trying to find Noah Fant, the tight end. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
10-10 at their own 5-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And, you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number 1 goal? Make the playoffs. Number 2, win your division. Number 3, and I think the biggest goal.
A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 37, and his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you've got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
You got 3, you got 3 down.
Play action. Now it's Locke. He's going to try and go deep again. This is caught inside the 15. And they're going to have this in a great spot way down in Baltimore territory. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Broncos have taken the early lead. Well, these guys have won 3 straight ball games and another good start to this one out to the 6-0 lead.
And I've talked with so many different coaches, as have you, along the way, and they always talk about winning streaks and the mood of a team and how much easier it is to actually prepare during that time. Guys are sharp, guys are focused, everyone's feeling good, and we're seeing it
Coach
early
Miami
in this one.
ain't bad.
After the touchdown, Sloman to do the kickoff honors. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone, and it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
25-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2? He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now.
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together.
You. Let's go.
To try again after the sack. Jackson. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Von Miller in there to get him sack number 14 for him on the year.
And they're picking up right where they left off with the shutout that they pitched last week. A huge part of that, this pass rush. They know how to get after people.
Offensively, good luck finding some answers right now. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens.
Go finish it up. 31's the mic. Here we go, G. You at X. 31's the mic. Let's go, baby. They turn over. Let's get that ball. Let's get that ball. 31's the mic. Too little, Cupcake. 180. What a shot.
They snap it at 1. Now it's Jackson. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And he'll be hit and dropped for a loss at the 5-yard line.
And that was a heck of a play there on the outside.
Partner, sometimes I think on a play like this as a corner, you've got to think to yourself, all I've got to do is slow him down so others can come over and support. But in this case, he said, forget that. I've got this. Sorry you had to make the run for nothing, fellas.
So a short drop, but he's able to get it out, and this is a good kick. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
So much for the best laid plans and best designed plays. That was good coverage along the sidelines. No place for that one to get in there. It sails incomplete.
And now the Ravens are going to take another timeout. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining.
Fuck going down in this bitch.
Here we go. Buds, 10 Lobos. Watch the flag, watch the flag, watch the flag.
To throw again. Block. He's going to float this over the middle deep. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
Now a pass hauled in downfield. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. On 3rd and 10, they go flying past the marker
Browns right now
and get nearly 40 yards. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And he'll wind up losing 5 yards or so on the return, but no matter, they've got the football back. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Shift. Bang, 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 bang.
Jackson now on 2nd and 10. And the Broncos get there and take him down. Von Miller in there for a big one. That is sack number 200 for his career. It ties him with Bruce Smith for the all-time NFL record. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens.
Report.
Jackson from the shotgun. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 24. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking.
And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Broncos will extend their lead.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead.
Get beat down like your father used to.
Sam Sloman set to kick off.
After the touchdown, Sloman to do the kickoff honors.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
He ain't said that yet.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
No gain on the play there. Second down. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Now Jackson. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
I usually hesitate when I say a guy's got world-class speed, but this guy might. So let's fire the starter's pistol. Let's go. If you've got him, you've got to try and use him. A lot of anticipation with the ball in the air, but no, incomplete.
They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10.
Mike 36. Mike 36.
To be honest,
Kill. Go. Set hot. Set hot.
From the gun, it's Jackson. Oh, and for the 3rd time, Jackson going to be intercepted. He's picked off at his own 46, and they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
At the 45-yard line.
Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And my goodness, they're now out of timeouts here in this first quarter.
Down. 70 Indy. Smoke. Here we go. Let's bring it. Let's ready.
After the turnover, here's Locke. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
With the score, Broncos 14, Ravens nothing.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. On play action, Locke. And he finds a man on a crossing route.
Locke's pass.
A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd.
Block off of play action. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And unable to connect, incomplete. Give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. They're going for a receiver there. Already has 1 touchdown in this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored 1, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
They were caught in no man's land that time, but the decision to go for it, that was the right one. It's a first down. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. From 17 yards out, and the Broncos push further out in front. Now he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
Sam Sloman for the PAT.
And it is now 21-0.
Makes the score Broncos 21, Ravens nothing. Sam Sloman set to kick off.
After the touchdown, Sloman to do the kickoff honors.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
He's going to float this one deep right side. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 18. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
From up near the 40 now after the big play to start, here's another 1st and 10.
Mike 48, Mike 48. You must be getting tired of seeing
Throwing now is Locke. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. That's caught inside the 20. And all the way home for a Broncos score. DK Metcalf hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Broncos will add on to their lead. Sam Sloman now for the point after. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now.
Score Broncos 28, Ravens nothing. Sam Sloman.
After the touchdown, Sloman to do the kickoff honors. That's fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track. And my goodness, another interception.
Yes.
Picked off at the 38. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Well, this is just crazy. He's got 3 interceptions, Charles, and we haven't even departed the first half of this ball game.
I think if you're looking at the stats right now, you're saying, all right, who's the leading receiver? Well, can you flip it around and say that maybe he is and could be for the game the way that things are going right now? I think if it's him, he must be on the field at all times.
He's going to rifle one deep
I can't
left
believe
side.
how you
And
didn't
this is going
attack
to be
that cover too,
intercepted.
dog.
Picked off by
sitting in
Marlon
that shit. I
Humphrey.
was like, bro,
Brandon, these cornerbacks had their hands full all afternoon long, but they finally get a measure of revenge as he gets himself in a nice spot. He's able to get two hands on the football and pick it up.
The only thing
Ravens
he was
come up
doing
now,
was he was
first and
manning
10
up Moss. That
at the
other side
20.
was wide open.
Off of
Every
play
time.
action, he'll look to throw. He's going deep for Brown. And
Oh,
that will be
yeah.
incomplete. Would have been a big hitter
Oh,
if
what
they
you
had
had?
connected.
It looked like on that
Instead,
other
it's
side,
second
that dude
down.
was just standing
After
place
the
playing
incompletion,
flag, and
here's
it was
second
just
and
a
10
safety
from the
over
20.
top. On that other side, but on that side, you had Randy Moss. He had Randy Moss on that nigga.
Throwing
you had,
again. Jackson.
You had,
It's a
the
short
fuck
one
up,
here,
Kobe?
complete to
Shit.
the tight end. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person
But on
catching
that
the
one
ball
side, you
because
had
all
Randy
you're ever
Moss,
taught
he
is
was
catch the
double team.
football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same
Yeah,
credit
that was a
for it,
good-ass game,
and it won't
though.
help
I
them
ain't
at
gonna lie.
contract time.
That was a great game. That was a great fucking game.
We got double up, double up, double up, double up.
Y'all battled it out to the end, man.
On 3rd down,
Yeah, I watched the whole
Jackson.
game,
He'll be
yeah.
brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Von Miller, he has now done
Oh,
it.
yeah,
That is career sack number 201. He
That
has the
one on
all-time
4th down
NFL
when
record,
Marquise
surpassing the
Valdez-Scantling was
previous
wide the
mark
fuck
set by
open
Hall
and
of
Aaron
Famer
Rodgers-
Bruce Smith.
Hell yeah. Yeah.
And the
I
kicks
was
away
like,
as
man,
he
I know
angles this
dude
one
is
for the
bad,
sideline.
bro.
And the
Hey, I
punt
ain't gonna
goes
lie.
out of bounds. Where will they put it? They'll put it just inside the 45-yard line.
I was like, yeah, I know a dude upset about that one. Shit, yeah, y'all played that shit out.
The
man.
Broncos
That was
onto
good
the
shit.
field, ready to start
was
their next
impressive.
drive.
That was
And with
impressive.
3
They saying he was
interceptions
good. I ain't
thrown
never seen
already,
him play.
we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone.
Conley back in the game.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
We got three, fellas.
These DBs make up
31's
for
the
it.
mic. Come on. You better bring it.
It is sorry ass.
They fake the handoff, now Locke. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off down near the 5. And he will take this all the way up past the 40-yard line. I think it's safe to say this is a game he's not going to forget anytime soon, Charles. 3 interceptions.
It's rare that we see 3 interceptions by one team, let alone by an individual. And I think that after the second one, he's probably telling his teammates, any ball that's in the air, it's going to be mine. And that turned out to be true.
Switch. Check.
After the interception, here's Jackson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. That catch good for only a couple.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route, the drag, and being able
Bob,
to
you
run
playing
away
better
from
defense.
defenders.
You wanna
Hard
start
to
over?
stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone, and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a 1st. Play action. It's Jackson. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Shit, we gonna have to push, man.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down.
Protein spill. Hey, let's get some penetration here. Let's get some penetration.
For what? For what?
31's the mic.
You gonna get this, boy? You think you gonna get this? You think you gonna get this?
I'll look as soon as this game over with.
Block now to throw. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. The veteran Jimmy Smith there on the coverage.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
You know.
Block will try again on 2nd down.
And you know this.
He goes right back to Metcalf, this time complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. And that'll be incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Locke. He's going to float this. And this is caught inside the 5. And all the way home for a Broncos score.
They have really had their way so far in the first half, but they wanted to continue to build on their lead. They know that no lead is safe in this league, so they decided to try their best to get one more as they headed into the half, and they got it done.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the rout is on here in this first half. After the touchdown, Sloman to do the kickoff honors. Taken about 7 yards deep.
The Ravens take over.
Here we go. Have to goddamn ego with this guy.
25-yard line.
I got Nick Chubb too.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you've got...
And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 15. And a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half.
You're trailing. You're trying to get points late in half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got... It's caught at the 10. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. A big play there as the first half is winding down. And the Broncos add on.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Taken about 7 yards deep.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off near the 26. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
They'll take over first and 10 at their own 49-yard line.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up first and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 49.
Check. Fresno. Check safety. Leo. Back. Watch the safety crew. Go.
A final shot before half for Locke.
We got picked up.
And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we've reached halftime here, and what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway. A very interesting call and one that backfires. I know they're losing, Charles, but boy, to start the second half with the onside kick, risky.
Felt like a sense of urgency from their side, coupled with, you and I both know the special teams coordinators. They sell their key plays each and every week to the head coach, don't they? And I'll guarantee you he's been selling this one. We can get it, coach, we can get it. And that came together with that sense of urgency you talked about.
A good pick up there, 26 yards. And on that last play there, he's over 400 yards passing now.
You know what that generally means?
Success.
That, and it means you really didn't miss opportunities. Usually very accurate. The ball's getting to the right place. Guys are making yardage after the catch to help you out that way. I mean, the whole team has picked it up. And don't forget, that means the offensive line has had to pass protect pretty well, too.
Yeah, everyone dialed in. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. A great effort there with his second touchdown of the game and 5th on the year as his guys continue to pour it on. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter.
The score, Broncos 49, Ravens nothing.
After the touchdown, Sloman to do the kickoff honors.
Trading Marquise Brown. I mean, not Marquise Brown, but
fielded near the back of the end zone. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25.
Marquise Goodwin. I'm trading Marquise Goodwin and fucking Raheem Moore.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think...
And the Broncos get there and take him down. Von Miller in there to get him, and that is now sack number 18 on the season for him. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15.
Right dirty, man.
Another try after the first down sack. Jackson, he's going deep for Brown. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there.
Too high every time he gets deep on him. He throwing it too high for him. That's why I don't like Marquise Brown, bro.
But that hasn't translated to this week. But with his team behind, I don't expect him to back off. I expect him to keep firing.
Just running past somebody.
There's Jackson on 3rd and long. He's going deep for Brown. And that will be incomplete.
Well, you got to think that sooner or later, they're going to hit one of those.
He done missed about 7, but some of that's on Marquise Brown only being 5'9", though, man. You know, a lot of that got to do with that.
So 4th and 15, but the offense is staying out there to go for it. They'll indeed go for it with Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. It's caught inside the 25. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward.
I hate that shit.
Watch 36.
I don't know if that's good or bad.
From the red zone now, here's Jackson on first down. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. Different story this time around. We had that huge gain, followed by a sizable loss here.
36. Finish it up. Hey, here we go. Watch.
After the sack on first down, Jackson. And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 17. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him.
You thought you had it, didn't you? You thought you had it.
And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown.
I have an opponent.
This D wanting to put it away before we even get to the fourth quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter.
Wow,
Dirty. You out here having a career day. You got like 5 picks and a pick 6, dog. You got like 5 interceptions. And you got
so they'll get another shot today on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away.
Yep.
That's fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Straight up.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And following the pick 6, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down.
Mike, 36. Good. Watch the twist. Watch 36. 36 to Mike. In your face.
From the gun, Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. And that is incomplete.
What we've seen so far in this game, they are not going to allow a big shot over the top. You can have whatever you want underneath. They'll give you that, but they're not going to let you beat them deep.
So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7.
Watch 36. 36. Hey, Ozzy. Check out. Mike, 36. Mike, 36. Watch run. Watch 36.
They'll try and throw for it here. He's going to let it go again. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
To throw on 3rd down, Jackson. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
Well, they certainly did a nice job there, picking him up out of the backfield and then running stride for stride with him. That's good coverage, and it led to an incompletion.
And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. A 55-yard attempt. Normally you'd say well within his range. Little surprised he came up short.
And he knew it immediately, didn't he? They are so calibrated, aren't they? They can tell the touch, the feel. When they put the foot to the ball, whether it's going to be good or not, he knew immediately he didn't have that one.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And last time out, another touchdown. And I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the fourth quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this one's just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? You and me, trying to get to the airport. The roads will be fairly clear by the time we have to leave the booth.
And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Noah Fant, his third touchdown now on the year. And this offense is running away with this one.
As a general rule, quarterbacks don't want to lock in on a receiver before the ball is snapped. But in this case, based on the matchup he thought he was going to get, it was favorable for his tight end. He locked in on him early and found him for a touchdown.
And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter.
The score, Broncos 63, Ravens nothing. Sam Sloman.
After the touchdown, Sloman to do the kickoff honors.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Ravens take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And they've got to be a little bit frustrated about that last drive, missed field goal.
Always hurts a team because, you know, you've put something out there, you've given yourself a chance, you're in range, and the ball doesn't go through the posts. But it's not something to panic about, I don't believe. Just keep playing and keep going.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Another run here with Dobbins. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. Here's Jackson to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
The Ravens send their punter out now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They've really distanced themselves. They have put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak.
So definitely have them in the rearview mirror, don't they? I mean, you're exactly right. Being able to string together these drives that end up in points, it's almost like a run in basketball to create that distance, and they're on a really big-time one right now.
It becomes contagious, doesn't it?
It absolutely does, because oftentimes it translates to your defense as well, because they're excited about getting the ball back for their offense that's playing so well.
Well, they are clicking right now. Block now on 1st down. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 18 more yards there and another 1st down. Back now in Baltimore. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
Hey, 25's the mic. We're going 25's the mic.
Watch the slant.
Hey, 20, go.
Now a play fake, and here's Locke. That is caught at the 7. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. A good pickup there, a 22. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. He gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
And he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. Taking it in from 4 yards out, and the Broncos continue to pour it on. Even though they've got this big advantage, Charles, they are not taking their foot off the gas pedal right now.
Well, I think what we're seeing is the result of all their great preparation and great practice time during the week. And even though it seems like this is a great chance to pull people back and maybe, not try and score a few more times, they don't want to do that. I think they're enjoying what they're seeing, the collective effort, and they want to play it all the way out.
That'll be taken about a yard deep, and he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points. You feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Operating from the gun, Jackson. Over the middle, complete. That's Andrews. And all the way down to the 37. A big change in field position there. That's 40 yards on the catch and run. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the 4th, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
And the play goes nowhere, losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. And he'll take this one down to the 36. 3 yards on the pickup there, but they've only got it back to 3rd and 10. He has just been completely taken out of this game. We're in the 4th quarter. He's single digits in the rushing department.
And I know we look at him because the numbers do go to his production. But how about the guys blocking for him? They don't just have his number as a ball carrier. They've got the number of the offensive line and the other guys because they're getting to him before he can get started.
The Ravens on 3rd down. An almost unimaginable 0 for 10 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. They'll go again with Dobbins. And he'll be brought down at the 34, well short of the first down marker. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. He's going to need a little mustard on this one. It'll be a 51-yard attempt. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Well, it's a Pyrrhic victory at best, but, Charles, no team wants to get shut out, so it's hard to blame them for taking the 3 there.
You can't blame them one bit. It hasn't been the best performance, that's for darn sure. But there is something to be said for fighting to avoid the goose egg, and they're at least trying to finish out strong.
And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
Here we
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw again. Lock. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. A gain there of 21 yards.
A gain of 21 yards. And the first down.
On first down, Lock. He'll find Metcalf. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. So it's Bronco football as we get your reset here. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. A former first-round pick, Marlon Humphrey, there to get a hand on it. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. They'll actually throw it with Lock. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. 23 yards the pickup there. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Throwing again. Lock. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. This drive, which was going so smoothly, all of a sudden it's a little bit of a roadblock here with 2 straight incompletions.
Yeah, apparently this defense has had enough. Apparently they're saying no more. We're making a stand right here, right now. But it is 3rd and 10. They've got to get after him one more time.
Play action. Now it's Lock. A quick target here, complete to Metcalf. And he'll be tackled right on the 10, well short of the first down. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
Hey, check Mike 39. Check Mike 39.
Lock to throw for it on 4th. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Is it okay if I break one of our rules, partner, which is to never call a game over until it's over? Because this certainly feels like it's over after that drive.
Yeah, that was spirit-crushing, wasn't it? And now you just kind of felt the air go out of the balloon.
Yeah, they were fighting so hard to stay in there, and they knew they had to stop them on that drive. But when they were unable to, I think you're exactly right. You could see them sag on their sideline, and I think this one might just be over.
Extra point up and through, and that will extend this big lead.
3. Sam Sloman set to kick off.
After the touchdown, Sloman to do the kickoff honors. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one, though probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish. Now a play fake here on first down. He's going to let it fly. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 33. And a great return here gets this one all the way down to the 26-yard line. Charles, are you kidding me? 4 interceptions? I mean, that's a good season for a lot of defensive backs.
A lot of reason to get voted into the Pro Bowl. When you have 4 in one game, I mean, talk about a campaign slogan, right? I got 4. Send me to the Pro Bowl, guys. What a game we've experienced watching this one.
Let's go. 60, orange. Check 93.
After the turnover, here's Locke. This is the tight end fan. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. A good pick up there of 20 yards. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. Give him 3 on the gain there. 2nd and goal.
3 brings up 2nd and goal. 2-yard line.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead will swell by 1 more.
Sam Sloman set to kick off.
After the touchdown, Sloman to do the kickoff honors. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
Their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Today's final score.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Broncos, the win will move them to 7-2 now on the year. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Ravens, the loss will drop them to 6-3 now on the year. And they're going to get an extra week to stew over this as they're not back in action until week 11. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.